Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Kentucky Downs here on Monday. It is the 5th of September 2022. Gonna look at the stakes races on the program from Kentucky Downs, but before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kid 5 for more selections for race courses around the world, and I mean it around the world. Join me tomorrow for my Virginia Derby preview from Colonial, also Saturday for my St. Ledger preview in the UK, and from Doncaster, and also you have the big races here from Kentucky Downs next Saturday, so join me for that. But let's look at the stakes action races 9 and 10 from Kentucky Downs. The ninth race, it's the Dueling Rounds Oaks. It's going for a purse of $500,000, race for 3-year-old fillies here. We have an overflow field of 16 horses entered, but keep in mind only 12 could go. The distance of ground of 2,100 meters, or one lap around the kidney kind of shaped track. The distance of ground of 2,100 meters, or mile 5/16 on the Kentucky Downs turf course. 2,100 meters, mile 5/16. And my tops, and just keep in mind this card was supposed to be run on Sunday afternoon, but they canceled because of a lot of the rain. They were getting some rain early Sunday, so the turf course probably will have given it to today if they run. Hopefully they do. But my top selection, I'm going to go with the 5-horse Vergara. I'm going to go 5, 7, 10, 1 in the superfecta. 5, 7, 10, 1 super. Top selection 5-horse Vergara. 3-year-old filly by Noble Mission. Grand Motion trains. Joel Rosario gets the mount. The horse's most recent outing came the 6th of August at Woodbine. 1 mile EP Taylor turf course in the Grade 3 Ontario Colleen Stakes, or Colleen Stakes. The horse finished second by a head that day, and the horse just kind of stalked all the way around the race course, had the lead, was a little bit wide, and then just got caught late, ran her heart out. Coming here coming here to Colonial Downs, longer trip, which I think this horse really wants. I think the horse is sitting on a lot better run than she was last time out. 2 back in the Wonder again at Belmont, a very yielding turf course, mile 8th on the inner turf course, 9th of June. She finished 4th by 6 lengths. She was with the pace setters early on, but then consumer spending got to her. She ran her heart out there, and then at Pimlico, 1 mile on the hilltop. She finished 3rd by 1 3/4 lengths. Again, just a little bit too wide for my liking and probably her liking. She couldn't catch Pete's Bianco, who had a lot better trip, but this horse was gaining late. And then the Bourbonette Oaks before that at Turfway, mile 16th on the Pete of the 2nd of April. She finished 8th by 12 1/4 lengths that day. She was stupidly wide and just had a very troubled trip from post 12 of 12. But before that, she won the Tempin last fall at Aqueduct, and she broke the main going at mile 8th at Laurel on the turf very, very nicely. I think the mile 5/16 is what she wants. She gets a little closer, which I think should be a good thing with this turf course, having some moisture in it. At 6-1, I'm going to use her. I think the 7-horse New Year's Eve is her second likeliest winner. Tyler Gaffleone's on this one for Brendan Walsh. Most recently, they ran the horse in the Saratoga Oaks, where she finished 3rd by 2 lengths, and she just, had a little bit of a tough beginnings. She was a little bit ranked that day. She just never really got a good easy trip. Before then, the Belmont Oaks, she was stupidly wide and never really showed up. But before that, she won the Edgewood at Churchill Derby weekend nicely, and then had some decent races over the winter at the fairgrounds. At 3-1, I'm definitely going to use this horse on the ticket also. But to recap my selection for the 9th from the Kentucky Downs, it is the Dueling Round Oaks. Let's take the 5-horse Vergara. Give kudos to the 7-horse New Year's Eve. 5, 7, 10, 1 super. 5, 7 in your multi race. The 10th race now from Kentucky Downs. It's the featured Dueling Grounds Derby. It's a Grade 3 event going for a purse of $750,000 race for 3-year-olds here. Another field of 14 horses entered, but 12 again could go to the turf course. The distance of ground of 2,100 meters, or the distance of ground of a mile 5/16 on the Kentucky. I keep wanting to say Colonial, but 2,100 meters or mile 5/16 on the Kentucky Downs turf course. Mile 5/16 here. And today's card, there's quite a few mile 5/16 races. I think there's 4 of them. There's a 1.5 mile race. Half the card is basically marathon races, which I absolutely love. There's not enough of them in this country. But my top selection, I'm going to go with the number 6 horse here, Double Clutch. I'm going to go 6, 7, 10, 9 in the superfecta. 6, 7, 10, 9 super. Top selection 6-horse Double Clutch. 3 Colt by Optimizer. George Arnold trains one. Florent Giroux gets the mount. The horse's most recent outing came the 5th of August at Saratoga, a mile in the inner in the Grade 2 Hall of Fame. And the horse finished 5th by 3 1/4 lengths that day. And he just stalked and never really got the good turn of foot. Ready Perform had the jump on him that day on the on the front end, and you really put on a show. When you go that easy fractions, you're going to win. This horse coming to him, getting an extra 5/16, almost 3 furlongs here today off of that last run, sitting closer. I think this race is going to suit up for this horse. Two back in the middle at Belmont, 1 mile on the 4th of July. The horse finished second by 2 3/4 lengths. He didn't break that well, but he settled well early on. He really closed up well late. He ran his heart out. Keep in mind, Annapolis went on to win yesterday in the Saranac and ready to perform one next start out in that Hall of Fame. Prior to the double race, double clutch ran on the 16th of April. Keeneland, 1 mile main special weight, winning by 2 1/4 lengths from a track position. He really took off clear. That was a very nice run. Coming here today, training well on the Oklahoma training turf. I'm going to give this horse a shot at 4-1. The 7-horse Running Bee is your second likeliest winner, I think. 3-year-old Colt by English Channel. Chad Brown trains, Vincent Chiminade gets the mounts. Most recently in the main special weight Saratoga on the 10th of August, over the mile 3/16. The horse won by 3 3/4 lengths that day, and he basically had a dream trip stalking that day. When he had to turn a foot, he was clear. He could have won by more if the race was longer. A very good run from there. 2nd of July was his first race as a 3-year-old. First off the bench in the mile 16th Belmont Inner Turf Course main special weight. Facing older horses, he finished second by 5 lengths that day. He had a lot of traffic trouble, which cost him. He was closing up well late, but the winner just was much the best there. And then at Monmouth last fall, 1 mile in a main special weight, he finished second by 10.5 lengths there. And he didn't break that well, was closing up well late, but he might need the race for the experience. He's been training well at Churchill. At 6-1, I'll use him here. And also, we have to give kudos to the 10-horse Speaking Scouts for Grand Motion. Most 2 recent races, he just had a little bit trouble trips. Last race was on the dirt. Also, he's supposed to run on the turf, but ran on the dirt and never really got to, his preferred surface. I like to see him come to turf today. He could sit closer. If he could run a race very similar to the race he ran on the 29th of April, Keeneland, he could definitely win. At 15-1, he's your weird horse I'm going to use on the pick 4 ticket. But to recap my selection for the 10th from Kentucky Downs Dueling round Derby, let's take the 6-horse double clutch, give kudos to the 7-horse Running Bee and the 10-horse Speaking Scout. 6, 7, 10, 9 super, 6, 7, 10 in your multi-race. So good luck to all, and please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5. Good luck, everybody.